Hey, peace everybody. Chuck here at Ross doing the studios. Just got a new guitar in. Woohoo! Orangewood, designed in Los Angeles, California. Designed by, they say it's like a group of hippies that designed this guitar, and they designed it in California. It's made in, made in China. Made in China. Made in China. I was watching Allie Sherlock, and Allie received a guitar from Orangewood, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. And when she pulled it out of the box and I saw the finish on it, I was sold. I was like, it's the Brooklyn. I better say that right. Brooklyn Live series. And the finish was beautiful. I was like, wow, that's a really beautiful looking guitar. And then she played it and it sounded great. When you're playing out in public, you want a guitar that's kind of gonna stand up. Something happens, somebody bumps you, or you set it on your stand and then somebody hits it and it falls over. You're going to want a guitar that's going to want to hold up. Then I watched another video, Driftwood channel on YouTube, and he's Master Guitar Luthier. This guy is fantastic. He's got more knowledge about making guitars than you can possibly imagine. So you want to watch it when you're buying a guitar, and they actually slice the guitar right in half. It's like awesome. So you actually see what the build quality is, and you have somebody being able to explain to you what you're looking at. I'm a guitar player. I can build a house. I can tell you about your foundation, your framing, your roof, your electrical. As far as building the guitar, I'm a complete knucklehead. I think the guitar would be a little bit easier since it's like, you know, half the size of a house. But you need all kinds of really super special tools for making a guitar. Made an electric before. But that's different. That's just a solid hunk of wood. You just route out your pickups. Nothing to it. Right off the bat, I'm impressed with the gig bag on this guitar. It's not bad. I think I actually would want a little more stiffer case for this particular guitar. This isn't a super cheap guitar. I mean, it's really not a whole lot of protection. It's just protecting the finish. But if it ever hit anything, or you couldn't put this on an aircraft or a bus. It's just not that type of case. You just want to go for a simple hike. This has worked pretty good. Everywhere I'm hiking to. Hiking to nowheres. So let's see if this guitar came as beautiful as what I saw. Hold on. Look at this. That's what do we have? Picks, capos, tuners, straps, tuner, capo, clean cloth. I see something very special in the bottom of the box. I do. This is going to impress me. Orangewood strap. This is what they should have had on the beginner guitar. If you saw my last video, Because you get the guitar and you got it picked and you got it tuned up. What do? Well, of course, you go to YouTube and you watch my video how to learn how to play guitar. But here, they actually give you the chord chart. So that is very cool. You can learn your C chord, your E chord, your G chord. Hey, we got a friend. We got a squirrel. Oh, you coming to join the party? See if I can get him on film without scare him away. Hey, little guy. I can't for the life of me think of the last time a squirrel came up not running away. I think it was my grandfather's yard 45 years ago. We fed the squirrels peanuts. Huh, that was very cool. Sorry for the interruption. If I had a peanut, it would have been his. Next time I'll bring peanuts with me for the squirrels. So yeah, very cool. At the bottom of the box they have a chord chart, so that's very awesome. To be honest with you, when you spend, this guitar is the Brooklyn guitar. When you're spending this much money on your guitar, you should already know all these chords. Even the 7th chord. You shouldn't need a chord chart when you spend this much money on a guitar. So that's okay, but just kind of fun. Let's get down to the meat and potatoes here. I'll leave that. Cut the coffin out. Everybody hates coffin on videos. There we go, the unzipper. Beautiful. Ah, and there's nothing like the smell of a new guitar. It's really something about a new guitar. I love it. I love the finish on this. Beautiful. And the neck is like a satin finish. So let's get up there, do some close-ups. Should I move the guitar to the camera or should I move the camera to the guitar? I can't see anything, so I don't even know if I'm in the frame or not. Beautiful inlay. Beautiful. Got the gold keys. This is something that is, I noticed that it's very, very, very smart. You get the gold keys on there and all the pegs are always the gold or whatever color it is. Oh, and yeah, you're right. Now that the gold is there. So what I like on this guitar is you have the gold keys and usually the turning parts are always gold or silver. And after 5-6 years, it always wears off because the fingers turn it. They put some kind of black coating on it, plastic, to prevent that from happening. So they paid attention to what's happened to guitars in the past, and they've corrected it. So that's beautiful. It's such a great idea. And then you give us a little buckle air. Caring for your guitar. Congratulations on your new guitar. Here are some tips to keep it healthy and loved for years to come. To learn more, visit the care and maintenance page on our website. And just to go over the caring of your guitar, one of the very first things I'm going to do next week is order a humidifier. kit for it. You definitely want to have these guitars humidified. It should be one of the very first things on the page. I'll give you a reason why. Is I was living with radiator heat. By the time I realized that my guitars were being ruined because there was zero humidity. Radiator, I got a humidity gauge, there wasn't any. So I corrected that problem very fast, and it should be front and center of every acoustic guitar you buy. Humidity, they should actually at least give you a card to buy a humidifier for your guitar. There are different kinds. I'm not going to buy the one that has the actual water in it, but they do have other ones. And the one thing that, when I was watching Allie, am I still in the picture, in the frame? When I was watching Allie Sherlock, they sent her the Brooklyn guitar. It wasn't the electric. And when I went on the website, I'm looking at it, I go, geez, that thing's $210. I go, well, they didn't send you the best guitar, but I was wrong. And the next day, I didn't put it in the cart. The next day, I go to buy it, and it was $345. I'm like, man, I go, they raised the price overnight, $210 to $345. I go, well, I guess I was wrong about it being a cheap guitar. I don't really want to spend $345 on it. And I was scratching my head, and then I saw the electric model was $450. And I was like, well, $210 to $450, that's what I was like, is the electronics of the guitar really, more than half the price of a guitar? That's what I thought, $210 to $450 for the electric model. I was like, well, maybe they're just, that the electronics is that good. It was no. Make a long story short, where I found the $210 Brooklyn guitar was on the site, but it was under their used section. They sell second guitars, ones that have slightly defects. So I was like, okay, there it is. So they got two left, $210. Then, I really didn't want just the plain acoustic. I like the electronics in it, but for $210 I was going to buy it. But then I saw the electric for $350. Again, these are used guitars. These are not used guitars. Scratch it. These are factory seconds. These are something that comes off the factory floor, and I just saw, matter of fact, one of the defects, and I tried to rub it off. But yeah, it's so small that now I can't even find it. I'm looking for it. I will find the blemish and the ding on this guitar that is there. I saw it a minute ago and I can't find it now, but it's a second guitar. The seconds are perfectly played. There's nothing wrong with the fretboards or anything. The second guitar there might be a blemish in the finish. There might be a little ding. It might have fell over on the floor and something got scratched on it. This is not the video to find that, but I'm going to do another one to find out. So I've worked in retail, and I know that, I've returned TVs, and my TVs I returned are perfect. I didn't even take the plastic off. Handling them with kid gloves, it goes back in the box, it's returned. Whoever got my TV from Best Buy on the discount for open box, they got a perfect TV. Nothing wrong with it at all. I almost hate to tell this story, but a friend of mine, I'm not going to say his name was, I'm not going to say that I think his name was Dave Kruger back in high school. He had a 25th, 50th anniversary Gibson Les Paul, and it was a beautiful guitar, and he's like, yeah, I got the guitar from Gibson. He goes, it's the second one they ever made. He goes, look it says second on the back. I go, oh dude, I hate to tell you this. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that ain't the second guitar that was ever made. And it's, of course, Jaw's like, oh, no, that means it's a factory second. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But I think I saw the flaw in this one. No, I'm rubbing it out. It's not a flaw, just a little polish remover. But we will find out where the second is on this. I guarantee it. And not to reiterate another story, I just bought the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And it's $1,000 phone, more than $1,000. And I saw a little blemish in the lens, and I was like, oh, there we go, my luck. I got $1,000 brand new phone. It's already screwed up, messed up, got a blemish in it. I called for an exchange. I'm not gonna accept this, you know. And I'm standing in the store buying a soda, and I see the guy's iPhone 13, and I go, geez, can I see your phone? I go, man, it's got the same blemish I got. He goes, I was wondering about that. So I go up to Spectrum. I was like, man, my phone's got a blemish. Can I look at yours? And yeah, look the one on the floor, and it's got the blemish. It's not a blemish. It's a spot on the lens. It's supposed to be there. So I called him up. Hey, I don't need to return my phone. Too late. We already sent it. It's on its way. I make more problems for myself than you could possibly ever imagine, man. So, no, I'll get that phone. Don't even open it. Take it. Send that particular phone right back, because I like the phone that I got. It's a beautiful phone. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't blemished. So, that story is done. Back to the Orangewood. Ernie ball strings on it. Another thing I really liked about this guitar versus getting the guitars on Amazon is it's great. They're cheap, but you don't have any setup. So you immediately got to take your guitar from Amazon to your local guitar luthier shop and have them set it up. This guitar they set up in the factory, and when I was watching the other videos, there was a couple other websites on there, and I'm not going to send this guitar to my local shop and have the guy check it out. I was thinking about doing a video like that. Hey, you know, check out the guitar, see if it's, you know, in tune like everybody else's video. That's already been done. These guys, you know, I'm not gonna, how can I say it? I'm not going to, I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. Is they set it up from the factory. I'm going to trust that they did it exactly how all the other videos are. So that's already been done. You don't have to bust the guy's balls and do it. I'm trusting that it's exactly done how they say it's set up in the factory. I wouldn't expect it to stay in tune going across from California to New York, so we are going to have to tune it up. I did notice that they have another model guitar. It's a little more expensive, and it's supposedly got this super awesome pickup in it. I was just trying to look in here to see if we could see the pickup, but don't actually see the pickup that I was looking for. I'll have to get into the mirror and go in there and see what I got. But the electronic part of it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's and now the one thing that those guys were saying on the website is, you know, the bass was a little flat, a little muted. The bass wasn't, you know, big like these other guitars. And they were saying one reason why is the bracing on this guitar is over braced, which could be a good thing for this particular guitar. Over bracing is not a bad thing. If you want a guitar that's going to ring out and shine, you buy a $4,000 guitar. Yes, but you're not going to stand out here in the middle of the park with your $4,000 guitar chancing that something's going to happen to it. So a guitar that's overbraced to me is perfect. The finish, they said the polyurethane on it was a little bit thick. So when they did a test on it, they dropped the ball. It cracked the finish. Again, that's not a bad thing. If you put a little bit of poly on it, it's going to sound like every other guitar out there. I want a guitar that's going to be different. So the poly being extra thick, to me, is like a bar. Everybody's been to a bar, and you look down at the bar, and it's like, the wood is in there, but it's like a mile below where you put the glass. It's because they put 200, 300 coats of polyurethane on the tops of these bars. 100 coats is just the start. And then they put another 100 coats of poly on. And then another 300 or 400 coats, and you get a huge, thick pile of protection on your bar. You're never gonna slam a glass or take a pool stick and crack it on the bar beating somebody. The bar is gonna be able to take the damage because there's so much poly on it. So that's why this guitar has such a rich, beautiful shine. It's just got so much poly on there. It's beautiful. I love it. But I thought we can fix that. We can fix the low bass. Let's show you how we do that. Okay, so Driftwood Guitars. Bare note, you said this guitar didn't have no bass in it. Now I'll show you guys. I know you're the master guitar luthier. I got a pair of speakers, Polk Audio, and all my Polk Audio speakers have big giant portholes in the bottom of it. So how about we add a porthole in the back of the Orangewood guitar? We're gonna get some bass out of that. Yes, sir, Bubba. Driftwood Guitars, you may be a master guitar luthier, but I'm a master of disaster. There we go. Make sure it's tight, make sure it's gonna work, okay? And yeah, the bottom of all the speakers, they got a nice big port in the bottom. Woohoo, right about there. Well, should we put it low? Lock her in, lock her down. Pretty damn construction, to be quite a minute.